Hi students, let's review the directions for the Perils of Indifference Rhetorical Analysis formative. We're looking at a speech, part of the speech, the beginning of Wiesel's speech to the world, given in the 90s. And before we did this work, for a formative practice, you were asked to annotate Marianne Williamson's excerpt that was used in Coach Carter's movie. And then we practiced writing a thesis statement for a rhetorical analysis. Now, this is work that I do really closely in my composition class. If we're in World Lit or a different class right now, we're kind of building our power standard, our writing goals, our analysis goals. That works in a lot of different classes. But we also are thematically thinking about the memoir night and trying to find some optimism, hope, bridging into our next unit. So there's a lot of things happening right now, but right now I only need you to think about two goals. One, can I annotate and find the golden lines that are most persuasive from the speech? And two, can I write them down in the correct way that leads to great class discussions next class meeting? So we are looking at the speech, and you might even underline the golden lines, and you're finding four. What are the four most persuasive sentences in Wiesel's The Perils of Indifference speech? You're writing those here, MLA style. And then you're doing the best that you can here. My students who have had comp would be able to do this at mastery. We are leaving this part blank. Now, when we're thinking about rhetorical appeals in this category, that does mean our logic, credibility, emotional appeal, getting the emotions of the audience, or the timeliness of the argument. The rhetorical appeals are also called logos, pathos, ethos, and kairos. You can call them by definition. You can call them by term that the Greeks used. It's up to you. And if you're not that proficient with this, you might be better at it than you think. You just might not have thought about these rhetorical terms. Look for logic. Look for where there's an emotional appeal out of the audience. Look for a timely argument of the moment that happened in the 90s he's addressing. Look for his own credibility referenced. By the way, let's just note, Wiesel has credibility to lecture the world in 1990-something. President Clinton is in the audience with other world leaders, and we know why he has credibility, not just from his writing, but from his life experience. So most of the appeals are going to be logical-based or emotional-based. This column, let's change this term. So we've got rhetorical appeals here. Let's call this literary devices. I don't like this rhetorical devices, really. I want it to be persuasive techniques and literary devices. Metaphors, analogies, inclusive language, irony, symbolism, all those terms that we've been working on since Intro to Lit, since middle school. This is where they start to come together, and we are literally identifying how he's using them in his golden lines. What we find is what makes something golden in rhetoric or nonfiction tends to have a lot of literature terms and rhetorical appeal to it. The diction, the word choice is eloquent or fitting for the tone. Now, let me be upfront. At our stage of learning, it's probably okay to leave this blank for right now, but what the warrant is explaining how does it persuade the audience, how does it prove the idea. You are also asked to take a practice at writing the answer up here of what is his main idea, what is he arguing, what does he want to happen, what is he saying about indifference. Good luck with the practice before I see you in our next class period. Email me if you have any questions.